Let's talk about the one thing that dictates our choices, shapes our personalities, and, believe it or not, holds our entire civilization together. It's not laws, it's not love, it's fear. So just imagine for a second, you wake up tomorrow morning and that constant low-level hum of anxiety, that worry, that dread, it's just gone. Not just for you, but for every single person on the planet. What do you think happens next? Now, your first thought is probably some kind of utopia, right? A world of total peace and bravery. But the reality would be so much stranger. In fact, the world as we know it would pretty much cease to exist. To really get why, we have to completely redefine what fear actually is. It's not just the feeling you get watching a scary movie. Think of it more like a foundational operating system for humanity, a deep, complex system that regulates how we see things, how we act, and even how we build our societies. Okay, so let's run with this idea. If we just switch off this fundamental operating system, what's the first thing to go? Well, as it turns out, it might be us, our very sense of self. I mean, really think about it. Why do you do the things you do? So much of our drive and ambition is just fear in a different costume. We work hard because we're afraid of poverty, we're careful in our relationships to avoid rejection. Our whole lives are kind of planned around avoiding failure, being alone, and, well, the big one, death. And get this, entire personality types that we all know, they just collapse. The overachiever who's secretly terrified of failing. The people pleaser who can't stand the thought of rejection. The control freak who needs to manage every little thing to avoid uncertainty. You take away the fear that fuels them, and who are they? What's left is just this massive, disorienting blank space where an identity used to be. And this personal identity crisis, it doesn't stay personal for long. It scales up to society, fast. And the very first domino to fall is the law. Laws don't work just because they're written down. They work because deep down we're afraid of the consequences of breaking them. Without that fear, what are figures of authority? Police officers, judges, even your boss. They're suddenly just people in different outfits. The psychological weight that makes us comply, it would just evaporate. So the result wouldn't be some grand, violent rebellion. It'd be much quieter, and honestly, a lot weirder. Society would break down not because of chaos, but because of a collective shrug. A massive, planet-wide indifference. Why would you follow the rules if you have absolutely no fear of what happens when you don't? But as the old world starts to unravel, something totally new begins to emerge from the chaos. In the spaces where we're most human, our relationships, our creativity, we'd see this incredible explosion of truth. Our relationships would be completely unrecognizable. So much of what we call love is really